While most children in Mexico worry about school homework and saving pocket money, an elite group lives in a parallel universe where private jets, luxury mansions, and million-dollar birthday parties are simply everyday life. Welcome to the extraordinary world of Mexico's richest kids, where these young heirs and heiresses experience a level of privilege that most can only imagine. So let's explore the 10 wealthiest children in Mexico. The 3 last will leave you speechless. 10. Luis Miguel Baillères García, 16 years old. At just 16, Luis Miguel Baillères García represents the newest generation of the Baillères dynasty, one of Mexico's most influential business families, as the youngest grandson of the late Alberto Baillères González, whose empire included the Palacio de Hierro department store chain, Peñoles Mining Company, and Grupo Nacional Provincial Insurance. Luis Miguel has been born into a family with an estimated fortune of over 8 billion. While most teenagers worry about passing their next exam, Luis Miguel divides his time between the family's palatial residence in Lomas de Chapultepec and their 50,000-acre ranch in Zacatecas. His primary mode of transportation, a custom Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon valued at approximately $250,000, a 16th birthday gift from his parents. "I know I'm privileged," Luis Miguel reportedly told a private school classmate. "My grandfather always taught our family that wealth comes with responsibility." Luis Miguel's education takes place at one of Mexico City's most exclusive international schools, where annual tuition exceeds $30,000. Unlike his peers who post their lives openly on social media, the Baillères family maintains strict privacy protocols for their youngest members, with Luis Miguel having only a heavily monitored private Instagram account. Despite his youth, Luis Miguel has already shown interest in the family's art collection, which includes significant works by Diego Rivera and Frida Kahlo. His father has arranged private art history tutorials from curators at the Museo Sumaya, signaling the family's expectation that he will one day help manage their vast cultural holdings. From old money elegance to new tech royalty, our next entree into Mexico's privileged youth shows how digital innovation is creating the next generation of wealth. 9. Sofía Salinas Arnaiz, 14 years old. The digital revolution has created new pathways to wealth, and 14-year-old Sofía Salinas Arnaiz represents this perfectly. As the youngest daughter of Ricardo Salinas Pliego, founder and president of Grupo Salinas, Sofía has grown up surrounded by a fortune estimated at $13.5 billion, 720. Grupo Salinas encompasses Electra Stores, TV Azteca, Banco Azteca, and numerous other companies, providing Sofía with a lifestyle that would make most adults envious. Her father, known for his outspoken presence on social media, has been more protective of his younger children, though glimpses of their lifestyle occasionally appear on Line 7. Sofía's birthday celebrations have become legendary among Mexico City's elite circles. Her 14th birthday reportedly featured a private performance by a major international pop star, with the entire event costing well over $1 million. When not celebrating milestone moments, Sofía attends an exclusive school where security personnel shadow her throughout the day. The young heiress has already developed her own entrepreneurial streak, launching a small fashion line aimed at teenage girls that's sold exclusively through her father's retail networks. Though marketed as her independent venture, industry insiders acknowledge the significant professional support behind the operation. "My dad always says opportunity isn't given, it's created," Sofía mentioned in a rare interview with a teen magazine. "Even though I have advantages, I still need to work hard to prove myself." Her collection of luxury items would impress even seasoned collectors, including a custom-designed closet housing designer pieces from Dior, Gucci, and Louis Vuitton estimated to be worth over $500,000. While Sofía represents the fusion of old wealth with new digital empires, our next young scion comes from one of Mexico's oldest mining fortunes. 8. Alejandro Larrea Valencia, 17 years old. Few families in Mexico control as much natural resource wealth as the Larrea family, and 17-year-old Alejandro Larrea Valencia stands to inherit a significant portion of this empire, 720, as the grandson of Germán Larrea Mota Velasco, chairman of Grupo Mexico and the second richest person in Mexico with a fortune of over $26 billion. Alejandro's future was secured from birth. The Grupo Mexico controls the largest copper mining operations in the country, along with significant infrastructure including Mexico's most important railroad company, 20. This vast industrial network provides Alejandro with a lifestyle that few teenagers could comprehend. Alejandro splits his time between the family's historic mansion in Mexico City's Polanco district and their beachfront compound in Punta Mita. For his 16th birthday, Alejandro received not one, but 3 luxury vehicles: a Ferrari F8 Tributo, a Range Rover Autobiography, and a vintage Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing from the 1950s, a collection worth approximately $1.5 million. Unlike some of his peers, Alejandro has shown a keen interest in the family business, frequently accompanying his father and grandfather to mining operations during school breaks. He's currently completing his education at a prestigious boarding school in Switzerland, where he's focusing on engineering and business management. Mining isn't just about extraction, Alejandro explained to a school publication. It's about responsible resource management and understanding the long-term impact of our operations. His personal interests extend to extreme sports, with a particular passion for heli skiing and Formula 3 racing, where he competes under a pseudonym to avoid unwanted attention. From industrial fortunes to tech innovation, our next young millionaire demonstrates how Mexico's new economy is creating wealth in unexpected places. 7. Mateo González Herrera, 15 years old. At 15 years old, Mateo González Herrera represents something unusual among Mexico's wealthiest children first-generation tech wealth 9. The son of a successful software entrepreneur who sold his fintech startup to a major international bank for $1.2 billion in 2019, Mateo has enjoyed the fruits of his father's sudden success. Unlike some of Mexico's old money families, the González family's wealth is recent, giving Mateo a unique perspective. My dad grew up in a middle-class neighborhood in Monterrey, Mateo shared during a startup conference where he accompanied his father. He always reminds me that our life wasn't always like this. Nevertheless, their current lifestyle rivals that of families with multi-generational wealth. The González family owns a modernist mansion in San Pedro Garza García, Monterrey's most exclusive suburb, along with a vacation home in Valle de Bravo and a beachfront property in Tulum. Mateo's father has established a trust for him estimated at $50 million, which will become accessible when he turns 25. Following in his father's technological footsteps, Mateo has already developed and launched 2 mobile applications, one focused on connecting young Mexican programmers with mentors, and another providing educational resources to underprivileged communities. His coding skills have earned him recognition as one of Mexico's Niños Genio, Genius Kids, 9. When not coding, Mateo indulges in his collection of limited edition sneakers worth over $300,000 and travels internationally to attend tech conferences and Formula 1 races, typically via the family's Gulfstream G650 private jet. While some fortunes come from technological innovation, others stem from Mexico's traditional industries. Our next young heir represents the intersection of agriculture and global commerce. 6. Isabella López Ramírez, 13 years old. 13-year-old Isabella López Ramírez belongs to one of Mexico's most successful agricultural exporting families. Her grandfather founded what has become Mexico's largest avocado and citrus export business, with her father expanding operations globally through strategic partnerships with major US and European retailers. The López family fortune, estimated at over $1.8 billion, provides Isabella with extraordinary privileges. She divides her time between the family's hacienda in Michoacán, a 22,000-acre property with its own airstrip, equestrian facilities, and a private zoo, and their penthouse apartment overlooking Chapultepec Park in Mexico City. Isabella's passion for equestrian sports has led her parents to invest millions in world-class show-jumping horses. Her primary mount, a Dutch warm blood named Emperador, costs $2.5 million and travels with her to competitions across Europe and North America. Her competition wardrobe includes custom riding jackets from top designers, with her competition outfit and equipment valued at over $200,000. Horses have taught me discipline and responsibility, Isabella explained during a junior equestrian championship interview. When you're responsible for an animal, you can't just take a day off because you don't feel like it. Despite her young age, Isabella has already been featured in equestrian magazines and has qualified for prestigious junior competitions in Spain, France, and the United States. Her education is primarily handled by private tutors who travel with her to accommodate her competition schedule, though she's officially enrolled at an exclusive international school in Mexico City. The López family maintains a fleet of vehicles, including a Rolls-Royce Cullinan SUV specifically purchased to transport Isabella and her equestrian equipment to local competitions. From agricultural exports to retail dominance, our next young heir comes from a family that has transformed how Mexicans shop. 5. Daniel Chefraui Obeso, 16 years old. The Chefraui name is synonymous with retail in Mexico, and 16-year-old Daniel Chefraui Obeso represents the newest generation of this powerful merchant family. With over 300 supermarkets and department stores across Mexico and the southwestern United States, Grupo Chefraui has created a multi-billion-dollar fortune that places Daniel among Mexico's wealthiest teenagers. Daniel's grandfather and great-uncles founded the retail empire, which his father has continued to expand through aggressive acquisition strategies. The family's net worth is estimated at $3.2 billion, providing Daniel with extraordinary privileges from birth. Unlike some of his peers who shy away from public attention, Daniel embraces a more visible lifestyle with a carefully managed social media presence that offers glimpses into his world of luxury. His Instagram account, with over 500,000 followers, showcases his travels to exclusive destinations like Aspen, St. Barth, and Monaco. For his 16th birthday, Daniel received a customized Porsche 911 GT3 in the signature green color of the Chefraui brand. The car, valued at approximately $350,000 with its modifications, joins the family's extensive collection of luxury and sports vehicles. Daniel attends one of Mexico City's most prestigious private schools, where he excels in economics and business studies. "Retail is in my blood," he told a business magazine that featured next-generation leaders. "I've been visiting our stores and learning about operations since I was 6 years old." His personal interests extend beyond the family business to contemporary art, with Daniel already amassing a collection of emerging Mexican artists under the guidance of a professional curator. The young heir has allocated part of his trust fund to supporting art education programs in communities where Chefraui stores operate. While retail empires create vast wealth, Mexico's entertainment industry has also produced extraordinary fortunes. Our next young heiress comes from the world of media and entertainment. 14th-year-old Valentina Azcárraga Milmo represents the future of one of Mexico's most powerful media dynasties. As a granddaughter in the Azcárraga family, which controls Grupo Televisa, Mexico's largest media company and one of the largest producers of Spanish-language content worldwide, Valentina's inheritance is estimated to be worth several $billions. Valentina splits her time between the family's contemporary mansion in Mexico City's Lomas de Chapultepec neighborhood and their beachfront compound in Punta Mita. For international travel, which occurs monthly, the family utilizes their Bombardier Global 7500 private jet, one of the most luxurious private aircraft available. Despite her young age, Valentina has already shown an interest in production, shadowing directors and producers on Televisa sets during school breaks. "I love storytelling," she shared during a Rare family interview. "Whether it's through television, film, or digital platforms, I believe powerful stories can change perspectives." Her education takes place at an exclusive international school where annual tuition exceeds $35,000. Unlike many of her wealthy peers, Valentina's parents insist she maintain exemplary grades, with her mother personally reviewing her academic progress weekly. For her 14th birthday, Valentina received a custom jewelry collection from Cartier, including pieces specifically designed to grow with her into adulthood. The collection, valued at over $1.2 million, joins an already impressive array of luxury items at her disposal. The Azcárraga family maintains strict security protocols for Valentina, with a permanent security detail of former military personnel who accompany her everywhere. Her social media presence is carefully managed by a professional team to prevent security risks while maintaining her privacy. While media empires have created immense wealth for families like the Azcárragas, Mexico's energy sector has produced fortunes that rival the world's largest. Our next young heir comes from this powerful industry. 3. Eduardo Slim Hajj, 15 years old. Few names carry as much weight in Mexico as Slim, and 15-year-old Eduardo Slim Hajj represents the newest generation of Mexico's wealthiest dynasty, 101-31619. As a grandson of Carlos Slim Helú, whose fortune of $82 billion makes him the richest person in Latin America and among the wealthiest in the world, Eduardo has been born into extraordinary privilege 19. While Carlos Slim built his empire primarily through telecommunications with América Móvil, the family's holdings extend across banking, retail, construction, and real estate through Grupo Carso and other entities 3,519. Eduardo is the son of one of Carlos Slim's children and is already being groomed to eventually take a role in the family's vast business operations 1316. Eduardo's education takes place at an exclusive private school in Mexico City, where security personnel maintain a discreet but constant presence. When not in school, he divides his time between the family's historic mansion in Mexico City's Lomas de Chapultepec neighborhood and their other properties around the world. Though the Slim family is known for relatively modest personal spending compared to their wealth, Eduardo enjoys privileges reserved for the ultra-wealthy, including access to the family's collection of rare automobiles and art. The Museo Sumaya, founded by Carlos Slim and named after Eduardo's grandmother, houses one of Latin America's most important art collections, providing Eduardo with unprecedented access to cultural treasures. My grandfather always emphasizes that wealth brings responsibility, Eduardo mentioned during a rare appearance at a family foundation event. He teaches us that business success should create opportunities for others. Despite his young age, Eduardo has already begun attending select business meetings with his father and grandfather, being prepared for the eventual responsibility of helping manage one of the world's largest business empires. While the Slim family represents multi-generational wealth, our next young heiress comes from Mexico's growing luxury hospitality sector. 2. Camila Alemán Magnani, 17 years old. At 17, Camila Alemán Magnani stands at the intersection of two powerful family lineages, the Alemán family with its aviation and infrastructure businesses, and the Magnani family with its luxury hospitality empire. This combination places her second on our list with an estimated inheritance exceeding $7 billion. Camila's grandfather revolutionized Mexico's luxury tourism industry by developing exclusive resorts in Cancun, Los Cabos, and Riviera Maya. The family now controls over 30 luxury properties across Mexico and the Caribbean, catering to celebrities and ultra-wealthy clients from around the world. Camila's lifestyle reflects her family's position in the luxury sector. She travels exclusively via the family's Dassault Falcon 8X private jet, staying only in presidential suites at their own properties, or equally exclusive accommodations when visiting destinations where the family doesn't own hotels. Her wardrobe, comprised almost entirely of haute couture pieces, is estimated to be worth over $3 million, with a dedicated stylist who travels with her to major fashion events in Paris, Milan, and New York. For her 17th birthday, Camila received a complete collection of custom-designed Hermes Birkin bags, with each piece hand-selected to match specific outfits. Despite these extraordinary privileges, Camila has shown a serious interest in environmental conservation, establishing a foundation focused on ocean protection at just 16 years old. The initiative has already raised millions for marine conservation projects in the Mexican Caribbean. Luxury doesn't have to conflict with sustainability, Camila explained at a conservation gala she organized. In fact, true luxury in the future will be inseparable from environmental responsibility. Camila splits her education between an exclusive boarding school in Switzerland and private tutoring when traveling. She's already been accepted to several prestigious universities in the United States and Europe, though she plans to take a gap year to work with her conservation initiative before beginning higher education. While hospitality and tourism have created vast fortunes in Mexico, nothing quite compares to the wealth generated through international commerce and manufacturing. Our final and wealthiest young heir comes from precisely this background. 1. Alejandro Larrea Servitje, 16 years old. At the pinnacle of Mexico's wealthiest children stands 16-year-old Alejandro Larrea Servitje, whose unprecedented fortune stems from the merger of two of Mexico's most powerful business dynasties. As the grandson of the late Lorenzo Servitje, founder of Grupo Bimbo, the world's largest bakery company, and a descendant of the Larrea mining family through his mother, Alejandro's inheritance is estimated at $12 billion, making him potentially the wealthiest teenager in Latin America 5720. Grupo Bimbo operates in 33 countries with over 200 plants and 3 million sales points, while the Larrea family's Grupo Mexico controls the country's largest mining operations 20. This combination of global food production and natural resource extraction has created extraordinary wealth that will eventually pass to Alejandro. Unlike some of his ultra-wealthy peers, Alejandro maintains a relatively low profile, with strict family protocols limiting his public exposure. He attends a prestigious international school in Mexico City, where he's known to excel academically, particularly in mathematics and economics. The responsibility that comes with this inheritance is something I think about every day, Alejandro confided to a close school friend in a rare moment of candor that later appeared in a profile on Business Dynasties. Both sides of my family built businesses that employ thousands of people. Alejandro's primary residence is a historic estate in Mexico City's Jardins del Pedregal neighborhood, designed by the legendary architect Luis Barragan. The property, spanning over 5 acres in one of the capital's most exclusive areas, features extensive security measures including a 24-hour guard detail and advanced surveillance systems. For his 16th birthday, rather than requesting extravagant gifts, Alejandro asked family members to contribute to a microfinance fund he established to support small business entrepreneurs in rural Mexico. The initiative, seeded with $10 million from family contributions, reflects the business-focused mindset that has been instilled in him from an early age. Despite his youth, Alejandro has already begun accompanying his father and uncles to select board meetings and business events, being carefully prepared for the enormous responsibility of eventually helping to oversee the family's vast business interests. Conclusion: these 10 remarkable kids live in a world of unimaginable luxury, far removed from the everyday realities most Mexican children face. Their lives are shaped by privilege, but also by the pressure to uphold powerful family legacies. Will they use their wealth to make a difference, or simply maintain their empires? Only time will tell. If you found these stories fascinating, hit like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments which lifestyle surprised you most. Don't miss our next deep dive into the world of the ultra wealthy. See you in the next one.